Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic Podcast. This is your girl Maya. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Yeah, I know. Where you been? I've been balancing life and school and work and family, and I had to find my focus again to actually record and take time out for my passion, which is making content, recording for my shows. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know I've been releasing content on there. I just haven't, you know, made a podcast episode, but I am here. I'm still active. um, Make sure y'all hit me up on Instagram, Unapologetic X Podcast. Click that link in my bio and tap in with me on all social media platforms. You can send an email with any topic suggestions, any advice that you may need, any pointers you want to give me. I will be more than receptive of that. You can send all emails to unapologeticpodcast, the number 2 at gmail.com. And before we get into today's topic, I just want to say to each and every one of you, be mindful of the energy and what you speak out loud. And you may be like, what do you mean? You could put something positive out into the universe and you could put something negative out into the universe, and it will, you could put something positive into the universe and it can turn into something negative. Or you can put something negative out there in the universe about someone and it may backfire and it might end up happening to you, what you wished on someone else. So just be mindful. Learn to clap for others even when it's not your turn. Be sure to sit in your moment. Not everything that you discuss with people, not everyone is going to be happy for you. And that is something that I have learned over the last couple of years, is to sit in whatever it is I have going on, and I don't speak on it. I just keep it to myself until I've actually received it, until I'm actually comfortable in that seat. Because sometimes you speak too soon and things may not work out. And you might question, okay, did I tell someone that I wasn't supposed to tell? Did they pray for my downfall? So sometimes you just gotta sit in that moment and take what you're going through and keep it to yourself, especially the good, the positivity. We got a lot to talk about. It's been a lot going on in the media, and I have so much to I have so much to talk about, and we're just gonna get started with the state of Missouri, who has failed Marcellus Williams. And let me tell you, I have not felt this outraged, and my body gets the chills just thinking about it, since the murder of Tyree Nichols. Everyone remembers, I did an episode on that about almost 2 years ago. But when I think about Marcellus Williams, I get the chills. My body it's something. And it's because this man spent 26 years in jail for a crime that he did not commit. And although it was discovered that the evidence was tampered with, it was found that the DNA didn't even match. And with all respect for the sole purpose of context, Marcellus was arrested for another crime. So, he was booked. He was arrested and booked for another crime that was not related to the death of Felicia Gale, who was a journalist. She was white. So he was arrested and booked for another crime. It wasn't until he was in the prison when they charged him with the stabbing and the murder of Miss Gale. So we just have to place him in the environment for the purpose of me sharing this information. Marcellus allegedly spoke with another inmate in the prison where he was at, and he allegedly said that he confessed. Basically, yeah, I did it. I killed her. This witness was also paid for their statement. The ex-girlfriend of Marcellus, who was a reporter for the police department, says that Marcellus allegedly confessed to killing Ms. Gale. But prior to the charges being brought forward, it took them 10 months. 10 months to find him, to say that he did this. There was a jury panel, and consisted of white people. The black people or people of color, I should say, that was on this jury panel were stripped away. So, this is in 1998, people we're talking about. So we just have to remember that, keep that in mind, that this is an important fact. These are all important facts in the case of Marcellus Williams. So not only was he judged unfairly, a witness who was paid who was known as a liar. That came out. The witness who said that Marcellus told him these things allegedly behind bars, he was paid, and he was known to be a liar. So what is the credibility of this witness really? Okay, so moving forward, this was in 1998. Marcellus spent 26 years in jail before his life was taken from him. 19 of those years, because it wasn't found until about 6-7 years ago, where they discovered that the evidence was tampered with, when they discovered that Marcellus wasn't even there, when they discovered that the DNA did not match the fingertips, all that, he was not there. So for the last 6-7 years, he has had some sense of hope. And I mean, even probably the whole time that he was in jail, he probably had some type of hope, because he knew that he was innocent, and he kept fighting because he knew that he didn't do it. He doesn't strike, and I don't know him. I can't judge him for something that he did previously that's unrelated to this case, but he doesn't strike me as a person that is guilty, even just watching his interview. You can just, it's a sense of just, it's the energy that I got from just watching that short little clip that I'm like, oh man, you know, I can't imagine someone telling me, on September 24th, 2024, this is what's going to happen to you. And you have no control of it. All you can do is to keep fighting. And he fought up until his final days. He fought. The Supreme Court denied his appeal to suspend the execution. The governor of Missouri, Mike Parson, he could have done something. The Supreme Court could have done something. We are living in a time where evidence doesn't even matter anymore. We are living in a time where the victim's family doesn't even have any emotion anymore. We are living in a time where the jury who convicted him of these crimes are even saying, no. They're even trying to put a stop to it. Those are this is the world that we live in. And you're talking 26 years just to turn around and kill him. So you made him sit in jail for 26 years just to turn around and kill him. And you have this evidence that says he didn't do this. And you basically said, you know what? This has been going on long enough. And because it's been going on long enough, look, I'm not using no more of my resources. I'm not about to do this with y'all. Fuck this. That's pretty much what was said without it being said. Because I just don't understand, if you have all this evidence and you know that the evidence was tampered with, it was mishandled, that's grounds for a mistrial. And I would like to know more of the Supreme Court, like, majority what? Women, men, black, white, what is it? Because I just want to get more clarity. If you have this evidence, and technology has evolved since 1998, 1999, the early 2000s. So, for this to not be considered is scary. That an innocent person lost their life. And regardless of what he was in jail for previously, he deserved fair treatment. He deserved a fair trial, a retrial. He didn't deserve that. This year alone, 3 people have been executed in the state of Missouri. I just want to take y'all to a place really quick. I want you all to close your eyes and imagine you're somewhere and someone accuses you of something, and you're outnumbered. And because you went to jail before, because you have some type of record, whether you've been arrested once, twice, 3 times, it don't matter. And someone accuses you of something, and now you're in jail. And you didn't do it. and you're sitting there and 10 years go by. And one day your lawyer comes to visit you and they say, hey, so-and-so, we got some good news. The crime that you committed back in 2014, man, we just got some new discovery that your DNA didn't match. We got some new evidence, something new in discovery saying that the evidence was tampered with. And you're like, well, what does that mean, Mr. Lawyer? Well, my friend, it means that you may be getting out, or these charges, something, right? You automatically gain a sense of hope. You gain relief. And I to the magnitude of Marcellus Williams, no, I don't know, but I do know that when I do get good news after facing some troubling times, that good news does make me it does make me happy. It makes me, oh, finally, right? You get that sense of relief. Just for that hope to be taken away from you. And they say, sorry, although we have this evidence, we are not going to consider it because our mind is already made up. The criminal justice system has failed time after time after time after time. People of color, way too many times. When you think about being falsely accused of something and really losing your life, we're talking like back in the day, back to Emmett Till, the Central Park Five. We are talking a long list of situations that we have seen turn bad and could and did turn bad, but didn't lead to death. Emmett Till lost his life. He was falsely accused, and it wasn't until this bitch got old to where she was like, "Oh no, he didn't do it." What? Like what? You got the Central Park Five. I mean, the psychological damage that those young men faced so long ago. Like what? Being falsely accused. And it's unfortunate because it happens all the time. And it's just not fair. And I know you're like, well, life isn't fair. Well, it's really not fair for people of color. For Black men in America, I, 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 I empathize because I don't know the paranoia that you go through every day when you walk out your house, when you are walking down the street with Arizona and a pack of Skittles, when you are just simply taking a walk through the park, when you are simply on a family vacation to visit family or whoever, and, you know, tragedy happens. I don't know what that's like. And it's scary because automatically, as a Black man in America, you got a target on your back off rip. Where does the Black man fit into society? Where does he fit? What is his place? He can't be too loud, can't be too aggressive, can't be too this, can't be too that, because he's automatically considered a threat. 16-year-old boy, because he's tall and he's husky and he's built, he's a threat. And really, he's just a teenager. He's just a Black boy in America. This right here, really I'm really speechless. I'm upset. I'm frustrated. I get the chills through my body just every time I came across a video related to the execution and the date and okay, what is going to happen? What is going to happen but I was really hoping for something else. But unfortunately, that was just this was the easiest route. This was the easiest route for the state to take, honestly, because they knew good and goddamn well that had they suspended the execution, they knew for a fact that people were going to fight. They were going to fight to make sure that he got a retrial or the charges were dismissed or whatever have you. They knew that it was going to cause an uproar and all over. And they also knew that if they suspended his execution, they knew that it was going to be a huge lawsuit. And I mean, they knew that because suspending the execution is an admission of guilt. They knew that. But that's all I have for y'all. I'm just, I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless. I'm so mad that this has happened yet again. I just wish it turned out differently. As always, make sure y'all tap in with me on Instagram. Make sure you like, comment, review on YouTube. Hit me up on Facebook, Unapologetic Podcast. Hit me up on IG, Unapologetic X Podcast. Send me a DM, send me an email to unapologeticpodcast, 2 at gmail.com. And until next time.